Then he started following me in Eldoret. He wanted to kill me.
Excuse me?
He wanted to kill me. Zile obi niliandikisha Central Police. He wanted to kill me because he was insecure. He thought, no. So I failed. In KMTC, there is this rule. When you fail, you have to pay school fees. Kama wengine, not discounted for the units. You have to wear the uniform again, go back to class for 6 months, then redo the 2 units. So me, I was like, why not? Like, I want this, I want it, because nishaanza. And I did it. I went back to school and I learned the 6 months. I redid the 2 papers.
Yes.
I failed again. So I failed twice. When you fail the second time, you are supposed to go back to class a full year.
A whole year?
Another whole year.
Guy.
Mimi, I remember, hatukuwa tunatumiwa results zetu. We had to go ujione. I broke down nikiwa kwa ofisi ya our head of department.
Oh my God.
I cried, I literally cried. Matatu ya kutoka Eldoret to Nakuru, sidhani ama hata kuna mahali nilinyamaza. To a point another mama was even like, Mami, uko sawa?
Oh, yeah.
My handkerchief was swelled. She had to buy me a new handkerchief.
Hi. Welcome to the Golden Apple Show. This is your host, Jackie Njeri. Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If not, search Golden Apple, Jackie Njeri, and subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, I have a very interesting guest. She sent me her, a summary of her story, and I was like, yeah, I want to have her because we need more people telling us that if you attempt to do something and it doesn't succeed, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that there are no more chances for you. So she went to med school. First attempt did not succeed. Second attempt, she didn't succeed. And now she's doing something very interesting. She's an advocate for Mama Fua. She has her own cleaning company and she advocates for the rights of Mama Fua. Most of you know who Mama Fua is. Mama Fua ni hao watu wanakujanga kwa nyumba wanatufanyia kazi, anakufulia nguo, anakuayonia, anaosha vyombo, anafanya kila kitu kazi ya nyumba. And tunajua sometimes we are not very receptive of these people. We look down upon them. We don't treat them the way they're supposed to be treated, and sometimes we don't even pay for their services because we feel, we don't appreciate their value. We don't feel the difference they make in our lives. So I want her to introduce herself, and then she can tell us first her journey into med school, alafu vile kulienda ndio akadecide kufungua hii company. So karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Unaweza tuambia tu majina, more about your company, and then now tuanze na story ya med school alafu vile ulifika mpaka hapa.
All right. I'm Joyce Kishinga, my official name on the online platform that is Facebook. I run a cleaning business by the name Washers In. Mostly we are found on Facebook. We also have Instagram account still going by the same name, and we do cleaning services. We offer the cleaning services, mostly Mama Fua services, and we have been in existence for now 7 months, and so far so good. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that intro. Tutakutag kwa hizo platforms zako za social media, and I hope utapata watu wata consult, me being the first one. Tumesema tutafanya ile kitu after this.
Yes.
Now, your story captivated me. Here's why. You went into med school.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining for you to get into med school, that is huge, know?
Huge.
It's a big deal. And then, so what happened in med school? Your transition ilikuwaje, first attempt, second attempt, and every other thing that happened in between, ndio ka decide that is not your, that is not your line, and you decided to do something completely off med.
One, I don't even think being in employment has ever been on my mind. Hata nikiwa high school, I was not the employment type. And also after finishing now high school, I got one invite. I was supposed to go and do BCom, Moranga University. Honestly, I don't know why I hated BCom. So I could not do that course. Then my dad was like, ananitafutia course, and that is how he told me amepata hii chance KMTC and it is offering biomedical engineering. And he thought I would do it because I loved maths and I was in love with physics. They were my favorite subjects. And I was like, by the way, BCom na hii, let me go do engineering. And when I was going in, I didn't even know he biomedical engineering, it is not a common term.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a common term.
Yeah.
And the name inashtua hata watu wa kijiji. So I was hey, biomedical engineering. It is a nice name. And hey, kutakuwa na engineer somewhere.
Yes.
And the fact that I will do some mathematics. Yeah. So it was not my idea originally. It was my dad's. Yeah. I got into med school when I was heavily pregnant. We were supposed to enroll in September. And I was pregnant by then. My dad and my mom had to travel all the way from Karatina to Eldoret to go ask whether my seat can be reserved. And they were told there is no problem if she wants to enroll, let her come. She will just deliver and we'll give her a short time off. Yeah, if she doesn't want to, she can join next year September. So mi sikuwa nataka ku waste time, like I don't want to wait for another full year. So I said, let me just go. And that is how I now joined. I went and I found it was all about the medical equipment, the repair, the installation. It was a nice one. Yeah.
So let me ask, how long did it take for you to decide that you wanted to do this? Like for your parents to get back to you and tell you they wanted you to do this, sorry.
Wakiniambia sasa singekata. Like you know we were in that era, like not now, like my daughter can tell me I don't want to do this. So I didn't want to disappoint them because I felt like I disappointed them before because I used to perform. Then come KCSE, I got a C+. And they were like, hapana, you have to go back to school. Me, I was like, hapana, chenye mmeona nimeacha shule, nyinyi ndo mtarudia, but I'm not going back to school. Because I had a very bad experience in my high school, so I didn't want to go back to school. So, wakaniambia, and I was like, I want to do it. So, it just took me maybe days to just say, it's okay, I will do it. Yeah.
So they chose for you, and because you felt okay, well,
yeah, I am pregnant. I have now a C+. Like I don't want to go back to school, so I just had to do it because I wanted to also support them in their decision, like nisiwangushe mara ya tatu.
If you were to have your own choice, would you have still done that ama ungefanya kitu different kabisa?
I think I would have done something different. I would have done psychology.
Oh really? Yeah. Welcome to my world.
Yes, I would have done that, and I will still pursue it sometime. Yeah, I will still pursue it.
So I heard you say that you went to school while heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
How many months pregnant were you?
Okay, so I got her on March and I joined on September. So how many months are those?
March, April, May, June, July, September. 5 months heading to 6?
Yeah.
Wow. How was that experience for you?
It was nice. It was nice because you are in the midst of medics. You have nurses, you have CEOs, and it was funny, like, yule fresha mwenye ameingia mwenye akona ball, like everyone knew me. And I also had a very good deski. My deski was a man, and they supported me very, very much. I remember they even had shifts. Like kesho break ya 10, kuna mwenye ananunulia Joyce maziwa, kuna mwenye, so Masha was their baby. Even when I gave birth to her, I remember I went to the hospital. Alafu alikuwa zile, huyo ni akona watu wa KMTC. She's not even lining up. Alafu I met some nurses, they were 2 male. Their shift was ending because ilikuwa inaisha sasa mchana tuingie. And they were like, she's a student in KMTC. Hatutoki shift, ni sisi tunamzalisha. So they just opted to do it. They were medics, but zile walisikia kuna student wa KMTC, so they offered to stay. Though alinitesa kidogo, they didn't give me a bed because they wanted me to walk around until now when my water broke. Sasa they are looking for me, they don't know where I am. I'm also looking for help. I don't even know waliniekea kitanda gani. So it was good being against those people and student life. It was good being pregnant and I have them.
Well, that's interesting because I mean I can imagine getting into campus or getting into college while pregnant. It brings a lot of attention, both positive and negative.
Yeah, it was.
But it seems like for you the positive outweighed the negative.
The negative.
And you received a lot of love and acceptance that you even forgot, you know what? It's not, you know, it's not the end of the world.
Actually, when I was giving birth, I was supposed to give birth in April. I gave birth March sasa. It was on a Saturday. We were to do our end of semester exam on Monday. And now I knew after we finished on Thursday, I would go home on Friday. So singerudi until now I give birth. Wangenipatia ruhusa. But then it comes on Saturday. I start feeling the pain. I just went to the district hospital. Ilikuwa tu karibu. Alafu the nurse was like, hamta kuja na nguo za watoto. Sina hata nguo. I didn't even have clothes because nguo zinanunuliwa ziko home. Like I am going to give birth at home. Tumebakisha some days. I just go home. I had shopped a few items na nilikuwa nimezi send home. Still that week. Ndo nikienda I didn't want to carry so much things. Yeah, so it came. Hiyo siku wakatuliza hamna nguo za watoto. Akafunga na trench coat. We all had trench coats. Alafu that nurse akatuambia lakini msijali kuna mama ako pale ako na nguo mingi. So I didn't even understand. Ama alikuwa anatuambia ako na nguo mingi atuombe ama atuibie. Like I didn't even get there.
Oh my God.
What his idea was because he was a man. Then akatuambia by the way, where do you live? Tukamwambia we just live here. Where have you been going? Your clinic? I told him and he was like, okay, go back to the hostel. Pain ikikuja, rush huko. So I went back. I had my pork. Nilikuwa nimenunua pork hiyo time na siku ipikia kwa our cubicle because I didn't want anyone to tell me ataikula. So I went to the neighboring cubicle, nikapikia huko. I didn't even eat the pork. Like it was so much discomfort. Then I slept. Inafika asubuhi and now this pain comes. I didn't even know labor pains ni nini.
Oh my God.
And I was expecting something big. So me I'm like, are you sure I am giving birth? I cannot. Lakini nikaona siwezi vumilia. Now there was this bedmate of mine alikuwa anakaa juu. So the boyfriend used to come and sleep over. So alikuwa analala juu, mimi niko chini. So I just had to wake the boyfriend. Wewe nitafutie maji mimi nioge. Alafu go get me a cab. Me I saw the cab took forever. Hadi nawaambia ukitoka nje unaona hosini pale but you just can't walk. So I had told them, okay, let us walk. So kufika and I had a very good bath because I got into the hospital around 5. By 6:30 I had already given birth. I didn't even sleep at the hospital. I was discharged the very same day. So after telling my mom like tuko hospitali, that is she literally stopped vile alikuwa anafanya. They had a barrier at home, but she was like, I am coming right now. Alete nguo. I had some cash. Ilikuwa kwa mshwari. So I transferred and I told them, kindly rush, get something tunaweza tumia kufunga mtoto. Then come. My God, the girls walienda Nakumat. It was the only place that was open. So, and they even shopped basins in Nakumat. Like, the only money I had for myself. Like, ata sahani ya hospitali. Like, they couldn't even wait. Place ingine ifunguliwe. They had to even call my baby daddy. Ati, you know, Joyce is giving birth. Ako, siamini, maybe mnitumie picha. Like, they wanted him to send some money. He didn't even send the money. Some money, and then I named my daughter his mother. Then after some time it was too much, like hatunge hatungeendelea even the relationship because he was very disrespectful. He started being violent, but hakuwa hinichapa. But nilikuwa natusiwa kwa siku hadi unashangaa, have I even ever slept with this man? Cause zile matusi anakwambia you don't even know ama zina exist, zingine unazilan kwake. Then he started following me in Eldoret. He wanted to kill me.
Excuse me.
He wanted to kill me. Zile obi niliandikisha Central Police. He wanted to kill me because he was insecure. He thought, no, like niko shule, maybe I'm having other men. Angekukall and you are in the toilet, I could not even flush the toilet.
Guy.
If ana call and you have a movie that is running kwa background via through your laptop, unazima kwanza and by then now we even had tulikuwa tumerent a house tukiwa wasichana watatu. Chini kulikuwa na boys walikuwa wanakaa. So in my class we were only 5 girls. The other were men. So tulikuwa tunapika pamoja. So they would come like the house is noisy and you will not tell them to keep quiet. So me mara ya mwisho ndo nilisema hapana. I just woke up. I was telling my mom. I remember one time after now I gave birth, sikufanya exam because I was not in a position to do it. And we were with him. Nilikuwa namulika mwizi. So I told one girl, ile exam lifanya nitumie kwa WhatsApp yake, I will revise. Only for him now to call that girl and tell her I am HIV positive. So mimi the following day I'm going to school and kila mtu ananiangalia until one person approached me akaniambia, by the way, don't mind, you are not the first person, we have been dealing with these people, I know you know. So I was like, hizi stories zote zimetoka wapi? And kumuuliza, imagine he refused. CA na CA. But the girl, sasa nikamuuliza, you are my friend, ungeniambia kwanza. Like, I didn't even have another man then. So I was like, hapana. So he followed me. Nikaona atakuja kuniua. So I decided to keep quiet. Sikuwa himtusi, sikuwa ijibu any of his texts. So I just woke up. It was not waking up. Ilikuwa usiku. He sent this messages kama kawaida. Sasa nilikuwa nishachoka. And that is when nilitoa tu sim card yangu, nikaikatakata, threw it into the dustbin. The following morning I bought a new sim card, and that is now how tulimalizana tu hivyo. Yeah.
But let me ask, because I'm not sure he was in your life even when you were carrying the pregnancy, even when you got into campus. Were you guys dating?
Okay. If dating is the dating I understand now.
Or were you guys in each other's lives?
No.
And he was just following you?
He was, okay, what he did when I got pregnant, hakunirukanga. By the way, he was supportive.
Okay.
And I was like, Mimi, I can't be pregnant. I want to terminate this pregnancy. Ako like, unatoa mimba ya nani? Like, you are having this baby. And he was, sasa nimetoroka kwetu. I ran away from home just because sitaki kurudia shule. I didn't want to go back to now to high school.
Yeah.
So that is how I got pregnant. Akaniambia, no problem, I will call you dad. He called my dad. Akamwambia, don't look for Joyce. I have Joyce. So he went, alinipelekanga home. And he said, I am responsible for this pregnancy. He was at least supportive then. We went to see the parents. So it was just that, but it was nothing much. So at one point mama alimwambia ni sawa, hatukatai if it has happened, imefanyika. If you want her, just know lazima asome.
Yeah.
If she decides akikuja home atakuwa anachukua mtoto anakuja kukutembelea, we will not object that. But tupatie mtoto, tutamsomesha. Yeah.
So initially you guys were in good terms? Like you guys were courting?
We were in good terms.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy. I don't think I loved him.
Ouch.
Sidhani kama nampenda. I just think alikuwa tu ile rescue mission, like you want to go. Ukienda kwa nkoli yako utafukuzwa. Unatoroka home just because so I had to go to someone mwenye hata niambia go away, go back to your parents.
So even from the beginning it was not a relationship per se. He was in your life to help through that transition,
Yeah.
that period that you didn't want to be forced to repeat.
Yeah.
And then now things escalated.
Yeah, things escalated.
So this is not a discussion that you guys had, like.
Yeah, no, we didn't even plan for a baby. I didn't even expect that I am pregnant. Ni ile safe days zako like zinakuruka, you are sick.
Yeah.
Alafu you go to the next chemist unaambiwa by the way umepima mimba. I cannot be pregnant. You have to. And so the news is that you are pregnant. It was also ile, yeah, I was shocked. And I met him through a lady friend, not a lady friend, a lady craze villager. Cause, yeah, ni wale tu, kuna tu yule msichana in the village, she's the man type, she's the craze type. So walikuwa amekuja, alikuwa fundi wa tiles. So alikuwa amekuja kwa neighbor wake kumwekea tiles. So this girl was there, anawapusha, anawafanya nini. So walikuwa wanapita wakaniona kwa shop. So kumbe the lady gave out my number. So that is how he started talking to me. Nimemaliza shule, then things huku home nikaona I can't bear them. But I think I could have ningekaa, but then we are not mature enough at that point. So I thought I can't bear them. Alafu I thought going away I am punishing them. Watashindwa niko wapi. Like I am grown up now, you can't control me. So that was it.
Don't beat yourself up too much, because you did what you had to do with the information that you had. But now at least as a mature woman, I think you're looking back and thinking you could have done it differently. But you know, this is what happens with life. You develop and you learn your lessons as you go by. So kuna vitu ungefanya ukiwa 18, 19, 17, sasa hata ukiangalia mtoto hiyo age akifanya, you're like utalan tu, utajua tu. So it was a learning point for you. So I'm now interested in the fact that sawa ukaingia shule, ukatuambia ukapata mtoto, so this guy was after you, and then you had to sign several OBs because he was really after your life. And clearly you guys were not an item. So he had no right to trail you, he had no right to threaten you, he had no right to even want to take away your life. So you're in campus, you're the girl with the baby, you have a lot of love and acceptance. So how is life there at KMTC?
Okay, so when I got my baby, singekaa na mtoto, I had an option, nikae na yeye, but still I could not stay with my baby because at KMTC you go to class from 8 to 4. Yeah. From 8 to 4.
Every day?
I saw, yeah, every day. And my parents were struggling. Actually, nilisoma na Harambee, the fundraising, zile za village. So I saw renting a house help. I opted, I don't know how my newborn will be treated. So afadhali akae na mama yangu. So she didn't even breastfeed. She didn't breastfeed. So we stayed with her only for 3 weeks and I left her.
How was it for you?
Honestly, I don't even think I remember the feeling. I don't remember the feeling. I just think I was very ignorant then. Si kama saizi, everything I want to take note of whatever I feel about everything. By then I don't remember anything, how I felt. But now after leaving her, I remember it was hard. Because my daughter was never crying. She was mostly sleeping. And anytime I would call home, mama ananiambia, hey, Masha ako sawa amelala. So I was like, Mom, is even my daughter alive?
Oh my God.
Sisikiangi hata huyu mtoto akilia. So she even had now to make sure, hata kama niko class, mtoto akiamka alie, she calls me. Alafu from Eldoret to Karatina, it is far. Si mahali uta afford kwendanga every time. So afterwards, it was very hard. And so unatumiwa tu picha kidogo. But it was hard now after. But I knew she was safe. My first time coming home after kumwata, I still found her sleeping. She slept until nikaenda kumwamsha, like she has overslept. I felt like I may oversleep. So I had to wake her up. Hakuwa hisumbua mom. Mom ni alikuwa anafanya vibarua za kuchuna majani. So my mom didn't stop. She did everything with the baby. Hakuwa namsumbua. Just ensure she was full. and she would sleep. That was it. So hapo ndipo nilirealize kumbe she's ako sawa. Yeah, hakusumbua at all.
You know, we call them unicorn babies. Awe wenye wasumbuangi. Kazi ni kukula tu na kulala.
So after the first clinic, I got, my daughter was tiny, but nilimpata na 2.5 kg, so she was good. But mwili alikuwa kadogo. So hiyo after sasa nimemwacha, alipelekwa clinic ya kwanza na daktari alikuwa zile za huyu mtoto ni mdogo. Akaambiwa hata anakunywa hii maziwa. Akaambiwa ukitoka hapa najua hatufai kukuambia hivi, enda upatie huyu mtoto chakula. Watoto wa kitambo walikuwa wana survive aje. My daughter started eating food na mwezi. Alikuwa tu anatengenezewa hizo pumpkin, alafu anachungiwa. Yes. And she would eat. Alikuwa anakula kikombe mzima and we would still see anataka. She eats up to now. Like she would eat. Alikuwa anakula to a point hata mama angeenda mahali apatie tu mama mwingine tu ashike mtoto. Akifanya tu hivyo. Kuna siku moja walikuwa ameenda place, so mama alikuwa amembaia whatever she needs, amebeba. So alimwacha, they were going to a wedding and my mom was in the team. But alisahau kuambia huyu mama, by the way we ration hivi. So the mama alimpatia hata maziwa within 2 hours ilikuwa imeisha. So naenda kuambia mama maziwa imeisha maziwa imeisha hata haja shiba cause bado anafanya tu hivi.
Oh my God.
Akaambiwa you don't even feed mtoto hiyo food yote, like it is too much. Mimi niliona haja shiba, akaambiwa hapana, huyu hata shiba every time atakuwa tu akifanya hivyo. So then it was hard. Hiyo sasa sometime it was hard, but nikimwacha, I don't know, I had that excitement. Still I am going back to school.
Yeah.
At least I am not pregnant. Hivyo, but afterwards sasa hapo ndipo ilikuwa ngumu. Like you don't even have to hear the baby crying.
If I may ask, how old were you at this time?
Okay, I was only 18.
18.
Was it 18? Yeah, 18. Was it?
No, the reason I'm asking is, you know, at 18, like you have no sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
Unaona, ni ile tu umejipata kwa situation and vitu unafanya ama vitu ulifanya at that time, they allowed for an 18-year-old. And it's a good thing that you had a supportive mom to help you raise that child.
And my dad too. My dad was also supportive to the baby. Up to now najiuliza, is this still the bond my dad has with our kids? Hatukuwa nayo. He was very good with the kids. To a point my dad would come home over the weekend anawaitia kwa gate, Joy, unaenda kuendea suitcase hapo because watoto wameenda kucheza kwa jirani, aende akuje amewabeba wote. Like hamsalimiwi kwanza, take the briefcase. Watoto wako wapi? Akiwa tu kwa gate. Wameenda kucheza, shika hii, anaiekelea hapo juu, anawaendea. So dad alikuwa ameshazoea kwenda kwa soko. Alikuwa na mama wa pumpkin. Sijui sasa alikuwa anaangaliliwa. My dad is talkative. So alikuwa anaangaliliwa the correct ones. Anapatiwa. So they were there for me, they supported me. They would lack money but they would not shy off hata kama ni begging so that they can pay my school.
Yeah. No, we thank God for your parents. Yeah. I mean, they're the kind of ideal parents. In ile, they make use of what they have and they showed you unconditional love. Even if at some point you didn't make very rational decisions, but they still showed up for you and they supported you the best way they could. Sasa umeacha mtoto home, unajua ako in good hands. Your mom and your dad are fully there. The baby is not fuzzy, the baby is not sumbua. So you're able to focus in school. School life ilikuwaje for you?
School life was good. Because at KMTC we would always do exams after every semester. So after nimerudi, I was given a special exam because sikufanya end of semester ya kwanza.
Yes.
And I passed. My anatomy, mwalimu wetu wa anatomy, she didn't like me. I don't know, the fact that I was pregnant, she didn't like me. And ile siku yenye alitupatia paper, I passed. And she was like, kama kuna mtu amefanya vizuri sana, it is you. I didn't even expect you will perform like this. Like anakuonyesha tu like she expected something very low of you. and hata treatment like you have to know maybe the bad treatment. Hata kama I was young, I was likewise enough to see she didn't like me. So I did the end of SEM, that special exam, I passed. So for the 3 years, I was doing a diploma. For the 3 years, I passed all my end.
Wow. Wow, and I can imagine now for some people who are looking at you already, they had already prejudged the kind of outcome that would happen. They had already decided for themselves that no good would amount from you. But here you are, proving them wrong.
Yeah.
Haya, sasa ukakuja transition. Ulika 3 years.
Yeah, I stayed for 3 years. That is when now, after the 3 years or the time you are supposed to stay, you now do the final qualifying exam. Inaitwa FQE. It is done by everyone in KMTC. That is what determines. Hizi zingine they don't count. Si kama campus. Campus zote zina count from year one.
Cat 1, yes.
Like hizo zetu now they are rubbish. They are rubbish. Ni kama sasa mlikuwa tu mnafanyishwa ndo mwende to the next thing.
Sasa ngoja FQE inamaanisha
final qualifying exam. Yeah. So we did our FQE. We were given our FQE. I was very confident. I am going to pass the FQE. Vile results zilitoka. Imagine I have failed. My favorite too. Especially maths. Hata naangalianga kwenye I failed maths, I can't even see. I failed mathematics and clinical engineering too.
And those were your favorite?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So I failed. In KMTC there is this rule. When you fail, you have to pay school fees kama wengine, not discounted for the units. You have to wear the uniform again, go back to class for 6 months, then redo the 2 units. So me, I was like, why not? Like, I want this, I want it, because nishaanza. And I did it. I went back to school and I learned the 6 months. I redid the 2 papers.
Yes.
I failed again. So I failed twice. When you fail the second time, you are supposed to go back to class a full year.
A whole year?
Another whole year.
Guy.
Mimi, I remember, hatukuwa tunatumiwa results zetu. We had to go ujione. I broke down nikiwa kwa ofisi ya our head of department.
Oh my God.
I cried. I literally cried. I remember nilifika Eldoret. I didn't even say hi to anyone. I couldn't. You are here. Umefanyiwa sijui harambe ngapi. Mtoto wako ndo huyo ako na mama yako bado. You have failed. Now it is another 1 year. Na hata hiyo kukufunza, they have strained. Me, I was like, I am not doing this anymore. Matatu ya kutoka Eldoret to Nakuru. Sidhani ama hata kuna mahali nilinyamaza. To a point another mama was even like, Mami, uko sawa? My handkerchief was swelled. She had to buy me a new handkerchief. Like sijamwambia, aliona tu I am straining. Like she had to get me after sasa kwa kupita kwa barabara kuna hawa hawkers. So she got me a new handkerchief. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my dad. Ningewaambia nini?
Hata unaanza aje?
Nitaanza aje? So my mom would dream. Nilianguka mtihani. And she would call me ananiambia Joy. Mimi niambie ukweli, namwambia hapana, sijaenda kuangalia results. My dad was like, "Kuangare. Isho result toka agerare. Like nitaendea results lini. Daddy ni sawa, nitaendea tu results." Like it was very hard for me to break the news. I didn't break the news to them. Sasa ilifika mahali nikaona they have become too much, wanani push. And nilitoka Kenol. By then I was living in Kenol, still doing business. So nilitoka Kenol and went to my uncle's place. Nikitaka kitu, I go to my uncle. So nilikuwa nimemwambia uncle, by the way, Sunday uko available? Akaniambia yeah. Ni sawa. Akaniambia kuja Sunday cause Monday ninaenda coast. Just come on Sunday usiku tutokanisha asubuhi. Nikamwambia ni sawa. So we were there with auntie and nikawaambia like they have to take the news themselves.
Wakakutetee?
Sasa waende wawaambie Joyce aliendea exam. Like si sasa si wanitete. Wawaambie na news alafu ni hivyo tu, like wasiniletee kitu kingine. I told even them na mwambie wasinicall mimi. Like let them not call me, but waambie I went for the exam, I failed, and if you fail you do this, and I am not doing it. Sasa I was decided I am not doing it. So tukakaa wakaniambia it's okay, but now since I am going to course, you will give me, I come back. Nikikuja tu back weekend tunaenda. So nikamwambia ni sawa. Tukatokanisha, I came back to Kenol. And after coming back, I remember the following day I was going to Eastleigh because bado nilikuwa nafanya biashara. So naenda Eastleigh, naona simu ya babangu. My dad is not the calling type. Hata akinicall I'm like, what is happening? So, what is wrong? So ninachukua, daddy, hata nitakukall naenda kwa soko, but I know hajaambiwa. So I could have picked. Nilikuwa na pick, but sikuwa nataka simu yangu, you know, Nairobi. Alafu the previous phone nilikuwa nimeibiwa, so I was very careful.
Yeah.
He called again, I was like, hapana, let me pick. But this time I was careful, nikaeka simu his side apart from his side ya dirisha.
Yeah.
So akaniambia, Wangari, tumeongea na mama fulani, kuna mama fulani alikuwa Eldoret. So dad sent her to school, akaniangalilia results cause sijaiangalia.
Yes, you've taken too long.
I have taken too long. He had to look for someone to go get the results. Lakini nataka kukuambia usijali. Nimekuela.
Oh my gosh.
I cried. Now I started crying again cause bado huja heal pale, and it's still ile. I started crying. Usijali, ameniambia wewe utakuja home, tutaona vile tutafanya nini, tutafanya. Mimi kutoka hapa nilikuwa naona simu za dad sishiki.
Oh my God.
So dad would call my uncle and amwambia, by the way, akaniambia by the way hata Joyce alienda akaangalia, alikuwa amekuja home kwetu weekend. But hakuambia amekuja cause alitaka tu, like nilipita kwetu kwenda kwa uncle, nikatoka kwa uncle kurudi. So akamwambia ya she had told me and I was to come nikisha rudi tu hivyo cause he was taking a week alafu arudi. So that is how they knew I failed the second time.
Oh my God. It must have been a difficult moment.
It was the hardest, hata sidhani nimepitia, lakini that was my hardest phase. That was my hardest phase.
Okay, so now your parents know hauja perform.
Yeah.
You've decided you will not go for another year so that you can. So now your journey into this cleaning business begins. Ama you took a break?
Okay, I never took a break. My business journey started immediately after Form 4 before me getting pregnant. Vile nilimaliza shule, kwetu ni Karatina huko kwa Majani. Alafu it's cold, time ya cold ikifika ni cold kabisa. So I started cooking uji, fermented uji and mandazis. So I would sell to wenye wako kwa Majani huko, take it kwa center. I would make money, but then hata saizi siwezi kuonyesha anything I bought with even a shilling. Like pesa yote ni kukula, like you know that
you were still young.
So that is how my journey in business. Hivyo ndivyo nilijua ya ma business mind from kitambo. So I did that. I would cook the samosas. Now until when I got pregnant, and that is when I stopped, then I went to school. And then I have done, this is my 15th business here cleaning.
Mnasikia?
Yeah, here
15.
It is my 15th business. And honestly kwa biashara zangu mingi, I can't say I have failed ile ya kufail despite me changing them hivo.
Yeah.
Ni vile tu they were not stable. I didn't know have the information that you can stabilize a business.
Yeah.
Because after being in school and delivery, I had to look for a way to help my parents. Wana strain sana. So I had to make sure I am paying, ninajilipia rent bado despite going to class from 8 to 4. And I would pay my transport to school. And I did it.
How?
I was this broker. Bado kwa shule. I would broke things.
Anyway.
Yeah. I would also go, kuna soko Eldoret inaitwa West Market. So on Fridays I would go and get high heels. Zilikuwa zinatoka 100 bob. So nilikuwa naamka asubuhi niko na trouser yangu na niko na t-shirt tu ndani and a trench coat juu. So I would go to the West Market nichukue viatu, nikimaliza natoa trouser yangu, ninavalia tu dress juu, dress ya shule and remove the trouser. So nikienda na viatu shule I would sell them at 500 shillings.
Umenunua so?
Yeah. I would sell them at 500 shillings zenye zimebaki na zifagilisha na 250 and it was only on a weekly basis. I also got some money on a very different and interesting story cause nilikuwa nafungua bells. I would open up to 3 bells a week.
What?
Nilikuwa nimeajiri mtu to be going to the open airs market for me. And how I got this money siku moja tukiwa shule kulikuwa na hii show ya Eldoret. So you are supposed to go and help. Tulikuwa tulipo 1,000 kwa hiyo time. And tukaekwa sasa kwa we are collecting the money. Kuna wenye wanauza ticket and it was so strict by the way kwa show huwezi lipisha mtu excess pesa ingine ujike. Like kuna wa ticket akipewa ticket anakuja analipia hapa. Wakiingia kwa gate there is head count by another different team, like msingishe watu more.
Yes.
Vile tu umeandikiwa kwa ticket. So it comes, tulikuwa tunakujiwa na gari because we were handling money. So tulikuwa tunazungukiwa hivi, time yako ikifika mtu mwingine ingia, mnachukuliwa na gari, mnaenda kwa ofisi, you reconcile, you mathematics and unapeana pesa. So me, soja wa shule alikuja akaniambia, by the way Joyce, before uende ebu fanya mahesabu ya hii pesa yako. So nikaacha mwenye tulikuwa na yeye tumesimama, like we were sharing one stand watu wawili. So nikamwacha aendeleze, I sat down to do my maths. Kuangalia pesa niko na excess ya over 60k. Over 60,000. Me I don't also believe that story, but believe me, it is true. I had an excess of 60,000. Mimi sijui who told the soldier to come and tell me, but I had an excess of 60,000. Now I became restless.
Oh my God.
Hii pesa
imetoka wapi?
Imetoka wapi? Kila mtu alikuwa anafungilia bag yake hapa. So hakuna mtu anarusha pesa kwa mwingine. And mnashare watu wawili. So time ikakuja, I am confused. Tumekujiwa. I still have my excess. Mnaenda mnaketi hadi kwa floor mfanye mahesabu zenu. Everyone did their maths. Nilibaki nikifanya. Kila mtu hesabu yake, hakuna mwenye alienda loss. And if walienda loss maybe ya 1k, that's it's allowed.
Ako kamajin kako sawa.
But hii pesa yote imetoka wapi?
Girisigiste.
I had to now start getting the money out. Nikifichanga vile sionekani nipeane. So I remember I took, ndo tena nisipeane, nilikuwa najiuliza nikipeana hii pesa wapata niko na less ya 60k, si mimi next naenda polisi napelekwa hapo, hata hawataongelelea. Nikapeana. So I took, was it 55k? I took 50 something k. I can't even remember the exact amount. Alafu I gave out now wafanye, like ukifanya unapatiana kwa meza, they do. I got an excess of 12,000 after sasa nishawapatia. And now they started questioning me, hii pesa yote imetoka wapi? Na hutarudishiwa pesa. Si ati utarudishiwa ati juu ni excess? Hapana.
Ni yao.
Ni yao. But hii pesa yote 12k, mimi I was shaking. Hii pesa yote imetoka wapi? I still don't know kwenye pesa ilitoka. So vile kunaambianga God multiplies money. God multiplied my money.
Yes.
God multiplied my money because that was sijui hata naweza sema aje. Mimi I walked out of that room, nikapata the soldier was waiting for me. He was waiting for me. Aliniuliza kitu ya kwanza, hesabu yako imeenda aje? Imagine he asked me that. Nilimpatia 3,000. Sikumwambia ile pesa nimepata. Nilimwambia nimepata 10k, shika hii 3,000. Akaniambia me I don't know why, nilisikia tu nikiambiwa nikuje nikwambie ufanye hesabu yako, like it was a voice ilimwambia enda kwa Joyce umwambie afanye hesabu yake. Mimi, that is how I got now that money. I gave that money to a friend of mine. Tulikuanga tunafanya chama naye. She is very good with money handling even now. So nilimwambia ndo nifikiria nataka kufanya nini na hii pesa, niwekee nifikiria. So tulienda West Market na yeye kununua bill. That is how also I started doing my mtumba business. Yeah. So I did that mtumba business also. Kwa backpack yangu ya shule, hiyo time ilikuwa time ya Mandago, ndo alikuwa governor in Uasin Gishu. And Kikuyu wengi ni hawkers huko. So hata tukiwa shule tulikuwa tunasikia ora si ni Kikuyu, like potea.
Yes.
Wakisema hivyo wanajua Kanjo wanakuja. So I used to carry my backpack, iko na suruali ndani, iko na socks, iko na earrings, iko na all this stuff to go and sell. Hadi sasa alikuwa ananiambia wewe ile siku utapatana na Kanjo wa kuangalia hiyo backpack yako. Tutakuja kukutoa kwa hiyo gari yao. And pia I did the ankle socks, the happy socks.
Yes.
I would hawk them huko Zion Mall.
Zion Mall
it is in Eldoret. Yeah, so I have always been into business. After finishing now the exams, after nimetoka shule, but I also did so many other businesses in between. So vile nilitoka shule, nilikuja nikaona hizi bags za Uhuru Market. So I was staying in Kenol and I used to hawk the bags. So nilikuwa tunaamka najua tu nataka niuze tu bags 5, nirudi kwa nyumba nilale. So people didn't know I am working. But I was working.
Yeah.
I only got out for maybe 1 hour, hawk 5 bags. I have my 1K, go back to the house. Though still, there is a time I got this employment, Great North Hotel. Iko along karibu Makoyo hapo. But haikukaa, nilifukuzwa juu ya kulala. So I am going yeah, so one morning ninaingia kazi, nikiwa tu kwa matatu. I had carried lunch. Hata sikuwa nimezoea kubeba lunch. But hiyo siku nilikuwa nimebeba lunch. Kukua tu hivi kwa tuk-tuk, cause now from here I was staying ni 20 bob. Tuk-tuk tu karibu, just the way I couldn't walk. Naona message ya HR. Ananiambia don't get, usipite side ya mbele, nipitie kwa ofisi. So mi kwenda, akaniambia I am sorry, ulipatikana, but we were working long shifts such that tulikuwa tuna alternate kulala, cause ungefanya work for maybe long. And now sasa vile nilitoka huko, with the money I got, that is how I got bags from Uhuru Market. So I would sell the bags. I started selling the bags back in the village. Nilikuwa natumia mom. I got some money. I wanted to open a wholesale joint ya kuuza hizi briefs huko Karatina, but I couldn't get somewhere. So I opened a shop. And when my brother finished Form 4, nilimuitanga Eldoret akuje tukae ndo asaidie sasa huyo jamaa wa mtumba wangu. And I used to live even in a 1 bedroom na mimi ni mwanafunzi. Now the people who were buying me when I was pregnant, nilikuwa na sponsor lunches. Unajua lunch ni mandazi chafua, so that is 20 bob. So today you sponsor 2-3 people, tomorrow other different people. So walikuwa wananijua Joyce ako na pesa, like sikuwa nakosa pesa hivyo. But pia nikikuja kumaliza shule, there is a time nilitumiwa pesa, nilikula pesa ya shule. So it comes nafaa kufanya FQE, I don't have money, I can't even stay at home, nilikula pesa. But now I had to say, kikiumana anyway kimeumana. So you decide whether you will run away forever or stay. So I remember my mom alienda door to door kuomba sasa hizo pesa, cause tunafungiwa, like kuko na that closing time. So I did the bags business. I started selling them back into the village. Nilikuwa natumia madhe anaziuza. Natumia madhe anaziuza. So vile sikupata place ya kuweka briefs, I opened a shop. I opened a shop. I have one photo. I think I have 2 photos. I will send them to you. I opened a shop. Sasa vile niliopen shop, my brother now nilikamwajiri afanye kwa shop. The same brother who is hosting me now. So nilimuemploy akae kwa shop. And akafanya shop. Then nikaona sasa hii kuzunguka nimepata tu pesa, hata mimi sitazunguka tena. So nikahama nikaenda Kimbo. Nilikuwa na kibanda Kimbo. And sasa hapa nilikuwa nauza vitu mingi. Like iko na vitu mingi including the bags. So I had a lot and thrift and new stuff. Then nikafika, my brother had to go somewhere, so ilikuwa 2018 December or 2019 December. So nikaenda kukaa kwa shop. But shop haina faida. So if you have umezoea hii pesa, you can't survive kwa shop. Sasa my brother kwenye alikuwa anaenda, he didn't succeed. So he came back, tukakaa kwa shop sisi wawili. Shop hainilipi, mimi sikuwa namlipa. Tukule
tu like
hata mimi mwenyewe sijilipi. So it came to a point shop hata ikaanza kuisha vitu. Ikaanza kuisha vitu. Tukakuja tukabomolewa vibanda sasa Kimbo. Tukabomolewa vibanda, so I didn't have to go back. Kukaa hapo kwa shop tukaongezewa COVID ilikuja. Nikiwa sasa kwa shop nilikuwa na madeni, and vile tu COVID ilikuja tukaongezewa tena rent ya shop na 1k, na hata hiyo una strain. Tena time ya curfew shop unauza sana hii masaa ya jioni kwenye kwanza mimi nilikuwa. So unafunga shop uko na 300, asubuhi unafaa ununue keki, credit. Niliamka tu asubuhi moja, sasa brother yangu alikuwa ameniambia mimi nimechoka kukaa hapa, hajui kuchuna majani, but afadhali niende home nichune kilo zangu 2. Napata 20 bob yangu leo, kesho 20 bob yangu. So I woke up one day and decided hii upuzi sitafanya tena. I cleared the shop na selling na buying price. Like sasa niliuzia watu na clear vitu, kujieni tu na hii bill. Pesa yenye nilipata nikalipa deni. I called Asienta. Vitu zangu zikabebwa, wananiona home. Ukaiwe shiri hata zile za nimefunga sasa. Nimefunga, so I stayed at home.